Hey, just a quick FYI or pre-video insertion, you can call it. This is for men and women. This is not aimed towards any specific anyone, honestly. Men suffer depression just as much as women do, and vice versa. So I just wanted to make a quick FYI or point that out. Hey guys, so today I am doing something just a little bit different. Well, not really too different. I am still doing my typical unscripted, kind of style. However, I don't consider this video a rant. I'm not angry. I don't have anything really to complain about. So it's not really considered a rant to me. But also, excuse me if I'm talking funny. My braces today are biting the shit out of my lip for some odd reason. Ugh. And it's snow outside, and I cannot get to my dental office to have them fix it. So I'm just gonna be talking funny. So yeah, but today I'm talking about depression. I don't know why I chose this topic. I just woke up today. It was gloomy outside. A lot of people were posting on social media about being stuck inside and being sad. And I even saw a video of a girl who stated that she suffers from seasonal depression and she hates when it's gloomy outside. So I just decided to cover this because that is something that I have dealt with, and it's definitely something I dealt with recently, more so back in 2020 when COVID first hit. um I really don't even, like I said, this is unscripted. I don't really know how to start. So I guess I'm just going to ramble. But like I stated, back in 2020, I really, COVID, I believe a lot of people went through depression, maybe other mental health issues, but depression more so for me it drug me down. I got laid off from my job that I loved very, very much. I made some bad decisions after that. However, I will say those bad decisions led to very good outcomes and circumstances. So I don't hate it. I do look back and take responsibility for the decisions I made that led to my depression or led to my situation or whatever. But also, I mean, I can also say that depression will lead you to making bad decisions. A lot of people, they go into this rabbit hole um, when they know they need help or they know they need someone to talk to or whatever. They let the wrong people in their life, or like I stated, they make bad decisions. For me, my symptoms, you know, how I noticed that I was depressed, I think it's very important for people to notice their symptoms. For me, it was like, of course, the depressed mood, um, weight loss. Now, I went through my weight loss journey willingly, of course. This was prior to 2020, around 2019. However, 2020, 2021, going through depression, I lost, oh my God, I went past my weight loss goal, and it seemed like I just hit rock bottom. So that's a symptom of depression: weight loss, extreme weight gain. Um, Back when I was younger, first graduated high school, and I first experienced depression, that of course was a different circumstance for me. I gained weight back when I first graduated high school, and I was going through depression. And I believe that I was going through my first so called, what do they call it? Toxic relationship. I've never been back in one since then, but I was going through my first toxic relationship, going through depression, dealing with bad people. Didn't really um, talk to my family that much. But going back to symptoms, my symptoms were weight loss. I've experienced weight loss, weight gain, insomnia, hypersomnia, um, not being able to sleep, tossing and turning like a damn rotisserie chicken. Um, Also sleeping too much, which 2020, that was my big thing. Back when I was a teenager or just graduating high school, it was insomnia. I couldn't get sleep to save my damn life. That was my biggest, symptom of depression. But now, or going back to when I did suffer more recently, it was hypersomnia. I slept, oh my God, you would think I I don't know, people, I never even came out I think for a year, I didn't really come out the house or engage with people or do anything. I slept all day. I worked because I had to. Thankfully, I was working from home, but I think that also contributed to depression. I wasn't doing what I normally did, which was going out every day, going around, interacting with people, getting sunlight, simple things, getting out in nature. I was not doing that. But another symptom, tired, low energy. I've never experienced the high energy form of depression. Now, that's one thing I've never experienced. I might have experienced hypersomnia or hyperinsomnia, I'm sorry, hypersomnia, but um, my biggest one, number one symptom was always tired, low energy. I would have to take something or shit, damn near drink chlorophyll. Chlorophyll for me is a really good, it clears your skin. It has great benefits. I'm not going to get into that, but it does help with uh, energy. And of course, this was when I was refusing to go to a mental health expert. So that's something I'll talk about a little differently. Now, there was, how do I say it? It's kind of weird, but um, growing up, my family was extremely devout and religious. So talking to someone about issues or family issues or, things like that, or even having mental issues, it was very taboo. It was not something that was normal. It was not something that was talked about. It was not something you were allowed to really do. At least not in my church or my family, not under the old leadership. It was just, they were very old school. So I I mean, even when I got older and I was free to go and make my own decisions, it's still, you're often stuck in the ways that you were raised, or stuck in those old habits. Now, shit, if I feel anything, baby, I have no problem running to a therapist or a mental health expert or a psychiatrist. I see nothing wrong with that. But back, in my younger day, 18, 19, 20, 21, that was just not, it was not normal. You didn't do that. You didn't discuss your family issues. Whatever happened in the family stayed in the family. Whether it was shit, anything, even all the way up to sexual assault, that was not something that was just talked about. It was not to be discussed. So going through depression, mental health issues, I would just sit in the house, or I would go out and make bad decisions, deal with bad people, deal with shitty men, shitty exes, or, people did not deserve the time of day. Just making bad decisions, not, going through jobs I hated, just getting up, repeating the same damn repetitive ass cycle, knowing I didn't like it, not trying to change it up. I mean, I think I thought about moving for like 4 years before I actually just did it. I knew what I wanted to do. I knew I had the money to do it. I knew that I could do it. But because, due to religious things and my religious upbringing and being taught that if you leave the ark of safety, something could happen to you. You could get beaten or raped or whatever. You were supposed to stay close to the church and God. Being taught that, it puts a lot of fear in you as a teenager and as a child. So you often are slow to do things or break out of that mental prison. And you can put yourself in there and just spiral and spiral and spiral. And that's what I did. Until one day I don't know, I woke up and I was sick of everything. I was sick of the people I was dealing with. I was sick of my on and off little whatever I would call him. I was sick of his ass. I was sick of, honestly, sick of my parents. I was sick of, and that's something separate. I have no issues with, I love my parents, love my mom. Now, I was, like I said, I was younger and I hated my upbringing. And even though things have changed, at the time, it was hard for me to get over certain things. So I feel like I hated everyone. And I I don't know, I just woke up one day and I was tired. I packed up my shit and I got the hell out of Dodge. Now, at the same time, this was during COVID and it was during my depressed state. So I will say that maybe that what do they call it? When you do something really abrupt and you don't really think about it. Impulsive, that's it. um I did, I was very impulsive. I didn't really think it all the way through, and I did struggle when I first moved, just because I didn't think it all the way through. I never regret it. I don't regret it one bit now, but I do wish I had made things a lot easier on myself by thinking it through. But hey, it is what it is. It's just, I feel like everyone's gonna, everyone gets to that point. They wake up one day, they look around, and they're just like, yeah, fuck this. Fuck this. Fuck you. Fuck you. Bump this. I don't want to feel like this anymore. I don't want to deal with this anymore. I don't want to see these same walls. I don't want to see the same city. I grew up in Memphis, Tennessee, and child, I love my city to death. But there was so much just despair, poverty, sadness, crime. The mood was just fucking terrible. And it also depends on the places you go and the people you surround yourself with. I was stuck in the same fucking repetitive cycle, so I was still dealing with the same repetitive, sad, or angry people. um I wasn't introducing myself to anything new that could get me out of the hole that I was in. So I thought moving would do it for me. The only thing moving did for me was move me into a different environment, yes, but I was still sad and I was still depressed and I was still making dumbass decisions and choices and dealing with dumbass decisions, dealing with dumb people. So changing that was really changing my life, not just changing my location or changing my view, or the four walls that I was looking at. But let me see, how long have I been talking? Okay, because I don't want this to drag on too long. But yeah, I mean, I guess just like I said, still rambling, but just noticing your symptoms. I think that's the first thing. Notice your symptoms, address that you're depressed, address that maybe the people around you are not contributing to higher or better mental health, noticing that your patterns, maybe your workplace, maybe there are toxic or bad things in your environment that you can change. Maybe your ways of thinking. I had to literally change everything down to the way I thought. When I had a negative thought, changing that. I woke up today with negative thoughts. Had to immediately redirect that shit, change it, get into something productive. Don't sit in it, wallow in it. Yeah, maybe outside, gloomy, snow on the ground. People are sad on social media. Social media is also another thing that can take your ass down a rabbit hole. I don't recommend sitting up on social media every day. I'm not someone that condemns social media. I like social media. You get new ideas, you get different fashions, trends, you can keep up maybe with people that you like. It just, you don't need it every day, I don't think. When I was depressed, I literally signed off or deactivated my Facebook for like 6 months. um, Not getting on there, seeing the same crap, not devoting myself to trying to keep up with people or trying to help people keep up with me. Also, I knew at that time I just gotten out of a little situation with someone that was literally just watching me and stalking me and just annoying, sending negativity my way. So deactivate that shit. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with getting nosy people about your damn business. Cause you have haters. I have them. I do. People, especially people that probably that not in dealt with before, especially men. Men can be your biggest, as a woman, men can be your biggest downers, your biggest haters. They hate to see you move on past them. They hate to see you put their ass in a place. They hate to see you tell them about themselves. They hate to see you doing better. Some men. This is not all men. There are great men in this world. There are also men that when you are in your negative phase in life, or when you're down on yourself, or you don't have the highest self-esteem, you can mess with some shitty shit. Be honest with yourself. You can. I've messed with some shitty shit, and baby, they probably send me hate every day. I know one particular can't stand that I did not put his ass in his place, denied him. Just because you had access once don't mean you get it again. You trash. Going on about your way. It's as simple as saying that, being done with it. Just, guys, change your thoughts. Don't just change your location. Don't just be impulsive. Recognize that you're depressed. Go see someone. There's nothing wrong with seeing a therapist. There's nothing wrong with finding a psychiatrist. Read those damn reviews, baby. Make sure you're going to someone accredited. Make sure you're seeing someone that you will like. Make sure you recognize the technique that they use. You have some mental health people that use they use old techniques where they don't want you to project on, well, no, where they do want you to project on them. They come as a blank slate. They want you to project on them. I never liked that technique. I don't like the old school technique. I like more of a open, non-defensive, don't project on me, more talking more as friends. I like that approach more. So just research what you like, go see a mental health expert, go see a psychiatrist, go see a therapist, go take, I took a genealogy test to see what medications would work for me, what medications would not, what would interact. I've taken medication before. Hell yeah. I didn't like it. I'm not going to sit here and lie like I liked it, but at the same time, I didn't really give it a chance because medication is still something that is something I'm working through in my mind. It was a big stigma growing up. Also, it was known to cause many side effects. At least the old ass medication, I'm pretty sure it's 2023, baby. You can find something that works for you. I took a genealogy test though to get back to that. And it'll tell you what's good for you, what will work for your gene, what will not. There's so many things you can do. Go take I know that everyone does not have access to things. I know that insurance may be a thing for some people. Well, there are Facebook groups. I had to start somewhere, and I started in a damn Facebook group before I was able to go and actually push myself to see a mental health expert. There are supportive groups. There are cheap $30 therapists online, accredited, that you can talk to. There are many opportunities, resources for you guys if you are dealing with depression. If you notice any symptoms, open those blinds, get out of the bed. I know all about having to force yourself to brush your teeth, force yourself to wash your face, force yourself to take a shower, force yourself to get up, move around. This is men and women. Men suffer depression and go through just as much as women do. This is both sides. This is not just aimed at anyone. So just acknowledge your symptoms, seek help with therapy, get medication if you need it. Medication can be a big help. Talk to your family, join a Facebook group, get out on a hiking trail, get some friends, baby. I'm telling you. Get rid of that man that may not be good for you. Get rid of that woman that may be hell, talking too much, smart ass mouth. Maybe she makes you depressed. Get rid of her. Get rid of that man who ain't shit, that's cheating on you, that's hurting you. Get rid of him. You don't need him. There are a million men in this world. You don't need that, girl. Especially if he ain't doing shit. He ain't bringing shit to the table. Probably don't even look like much. Get rid of his cheating ass. You don't need him. Get rid of her cheating ass. You don't need her. Get out of it. Whatever is bringing you down, get out of it. Tell it to get out. baby. Okay. I'm coming up on 20 minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this recording. Thank you for listening. If you did, hopefully this helped someone. Um, I always find it good to talk about my experiences just because maybe it can be easier to relate to. I've been through a lot, and trust me, I have no problem opening up anymore. I used to be very closed off, but that didn't get me anywhere. So, trying a different approach. And I think maybe you should too.